sure to check out Agelessgeeks.com for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? DD19 here, and we are back at it with another episode of Posing with DD19, and this is episode 8, and a lot of you have been requesting to do like battle scenes with like 2 characters, or battle poses with 2 characters. So what better way to start that off than with Goku and Frieza, because these two here just have one of the biggest rivalries, and they do hate each other. Well, Frieza hates Goku more than Goku hates him. So, like usual with these videos, or when you're going to pose around your figure, make sure you have your accessories available. And with battle poses, some figure companies do take promo images with 2 characters battling, but sometimes they don't. So, depending on the character, if they took pictures of the character battling another character, you can use the box for picture references. But usually with battle poses, I would just Google. Like, I Google Goku vs. Frieza, or Goku vs. Frieza punching each other, because I was trying to look for that one pose where they're punching each other in the face, which I think is right here, this one here. So I want to do that one. But let's get into it right away and start it off. I already have some poses here. So the first pose I want to do is actually this one here. So it's not with this Goku. I'm going to use the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku for this picture here. That's the only time I'm going to use this Goku figure, because the rest of them are Super Saiyan. So let's get these 2 off and start posing away. Alright, so both of them have their hands on their hips. Goku's looking down and Frieza is looking up, and Goku's one foot is kind of forward a bit more as well. Let's see how far forward we can get him. Might have to move the legs a little forward also. Alright, let's try this out, because you can only go forward a certain amount, you know what I mean? When you have articulated figures, they can only go so far forward. So he's kind of like this a bit. Move that arm back a little. It's kind of like that. Same with that one. So he'll be kind of like that. And then Frieza, pretty much have all the accessories I need on him already. We got to get him looking all the way up. Get his hands on his hips. His tail's down a little bit. His tail's only posed a certain way. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get them nose to nose like that. But we will try the best that we can, right? Damn it. Damn tail makes him damn back heavy. I could probably get Goku down a bit more. Come on, Frieza! That's the one thing with this Frieza. His tail does make him a little back heavy. So we almost got it here. Had Goku move down a little bit more. So there we go. Close enough, right? I'd say. I mean, you guys can see the picture right here anyway, but pretty good. So let's get a closer 360 view of this. And this pose isn't too difficult to do, since Goku, as you can see, I have both their feet flat-footed. For Goku, I moved the right leg a little further forward compared to the left one, like how it was in the picture. Bent the knee slightly, feet flat on the ground. And since his waist and torso doesn't go as far forward, I had to move the legs a bit more forward to get him to look down a bit more. Then you see we got the hands on the hips, elbows fully bent, and then the head kind of looking down while the lower neck joint's down, but then the upper neck joint I moved up a bit. Now with Frieza, I just moved his tail out a little bit, and then you could see his feet are flat on the ground, right? Get this a little closer. And then the torso and the waist I kind of moved back a little bit. Same thing with his arms or hands on his hips with the elbows fully bent, and then we have him looking directly up there. So pretty cool pose right there to replicate a classic manga cover right there. So that is pose number 1. Now let's move on to pose number 2 with Super Saiyan Goku, and let's see what pose we will do now. Alright, so the first pose we're going to do here is this one, where they're both kind of battling with strength right there, which they do in wrestling a lot as well. So let's get this posing underway. Alright, so that was the only time I was going to use the powered down Goku. Now, let's see, we need to give them both like I guess gripping hands. I don't know if Frieza really has that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this pose actually. So we might have to switch up that pose. Let's see. Can I guess I could do it with these hands because Goku's hands will kind of cover Frieza's hands. So I can do this pose. Alright. Let's get to it. They both have like angry, teeth-gritted faces going on. So let's get this on Frieza. There we go. So we got to get the open hands on Frieza here. Alright, so Frieza I think is all set with the accessories now, okay? So Frieza's good, so now we got to get Goku's accessories on. And this video is probably going to be a little bit longer compared to my other one since I'm posing two different figurines here. So let's get the angry teeth gritted face. And then he needs the Kamehameha hands on. I mean, you could use these too if you wanted. Those like kind of grippy type hands. But these hands will hide Frieza's hands. So it works out. Ugh. Alright, so now they both have the accessories they need. Both their hands are going to be out like this. Right, Goku's right foot is forward. This one's back. And the torsos are forward as well. And they're both kind of looking down. They're not looking at each other really. Goku. Come on, work. Let's get that toe hinge to work there. Get him more forward. So we pretty much got Goku in the pose. That looks pretty cool, actually. Alright, let's get him back. Whoops, I moved the camera. Sorry about that. Now for Frieza, his left foot, ooh, joint's kind of tight, is forward. And then the right foot is back. Oh, he has the chopped off tail. Whoops, gotta switch that out. Yeah. This one, Goku got his tail chopped off. I think Frieza cut off his own tail, if I am not mistaken. Okay, so get his arms forward, wrist joints up. Okay. He's kind of like looking downward. Right. Might have to move his arms up more since he's shorter. Yep. It might be difficult to keep them on this here. Alright, there's that. Move Goku's hand down a bit. So you gotta do a lot of balancing with this pose here. Damn you, Frieza, you bastard. Move this closer. Alright, so we got them in the pose that we want. Goku, come on, grab onto his hands there. There we go. That's probably the best you'll be able to do to replicate that pose there. Hopefully when I turn this on, they don't fall over. But that looks pretty dope, actually. That's not too bad there. Let's see, hopefully it doesn't fall. They're not falling. Alright, so for Goku here, you can see the right leg is a bit more forward, while the left leg's all the way back. I used the toe hinge on the left leg as well. I had to balance that out properly, and I also did bend the left leg a bit as well. His torso I moved forward, and then we moved the arms up and forward, and then the wrist joints, as you can see, I moved upward, and then the head kind of down, but looking at Frieza there for Goku. That's a pretty dope pose, man. I dig that, actually. Now for Frieza, pretty much same thing with the legs, but his left leg is forward, the right leg's back. Almost fully bent the knee with the left leg, slightly did with the right leg. And you can see I'm kind of balancing him on his two toes right there. This one's flat on the ground. Gave him the chopped off tail. The torso and waist we moved forward a bit, then we moved the arms up, fully extended. Same thing with the wrist joints upward, and I have him looking down like in the photo, but man, that is a pretty damn cool pose to put these two in. Who has more strength? Lord Frieza or Goku? So that is pose number 2. Now let's move on to pose number 3. Stop it right there, because that looks cool. Pretty cool pose. Now we're going to do like an actual them attacking each other pose here. We're going to do this pose here, which looks pretty cool. So Frieza has the crossed arms, right? Goku's punching, blocking. Goku tried to punch, missed, but he's blocking Frieza's knee that Frieza's trying to hit Goku with. So we're gonna need 2 flight stands here. So let me grab another flight stand quickly. Alright, so I got both stands here, one for Frieza, one for Goku. So let's get Frieza prepped first, then we will get Goku. Oh god, that joint's pretty tight. So he needs the crossed arms, and he has his smirking face there. So let's get this one on. He also has his full tail here. I'm going to give him his clenching feet. I love that they included those with Frieza. Such a smart idea, and they did with Cooler as well, so thank God. Frieza's almost ready. Let's get the pose down now. He's got his tail kind of out, the right knee really up there, and then he has that back. So he's kind of like laughing at Goku while he's kneeing at him. So something like this, right? So we got Frieza, okay? Frieza's ready to go. So he's going to be kneeing at Goku, and then Goku here. So I'll keep that hand on. We need a right fist, and I will leave the teeth gritted face on, because that's what looks like is on there. Aye. Alright, so Goku's one leg is up. This one's kind of like this. Oops. Oh yeah. That one's kind of like that. So he missed his punch, but he's blocking Frieza's knee there. Where's the hinge? There it is. Alright, let's see how we could do this. Oh, this might be difficult to do. Oh man, I might have to kind of freestyle it a little bit. This might be a bit difficult to do here. So punching, missed. Oh, maybe I can do it. I might not need to put Goku on a stand, actually. Frieza definitely needs to be on one though. So he missed his punch, but he's blocking Frieza's knee. So yeah, I didn't need to put Goku on a stand, but we had to do something like that. But if you want to do it properly, then yeah, I would put Goku on a stand. I mean, you can, yeah, you definitely can, but that pose, I almost thought I couldn't do it, but I was able to figure it out. So here's pose number 3 with Goku and Frieza, and they both should be on flight stands, but I was able to rest Goku's foot on the ground there. As you can see, I slightly bent this knee, this leg, pretty much all the way up, just about, bent the knee fully, and then I moved the ankle joint down a little bit, crunched the waist and torso forward, slightly pivoted it to the right. Then we have the right arm kind of out in front of him, bent the elbow a little bit, and then I moved the fist down a little bit as well, so it looks like he's punching down. And then I have him blocking Frieza's knee with the left hand there, so kind of moved the arm back a little bit, bent the elbow fully, and then the wrist joints fully up, so you could have him blocking the knee there. So Goku, that's all I pretty much did for him, and then I have him kind of with the head off to the right just a little bit there, as you can see. Now for Frieza was a bit easier to do, so I just posed the tail however I wanted. I moved the left leg back a little bit, slightly bent the knee, and then I have the ankles on both feet fully down. And then the right leg, I moved up the hip, and then I bent the knee joint fully, as you can see right there. And then for the torso, I did move him forward at first, but then I moved him back again, and then he has the crossed arms on, of course. And then for the head, I tilted it a little bit to the left to kind of give him like a snobby look and have him looking at Goku like, you're not stronger than me, Saiyan. I'm Lord Frieza. But this is a pretty cool pose to put them in also. Never put them in a pose like this before, but pretty damn cool. So that's pose 3. Now let's move on to pose number 4. Alright, so the last pose I want to do is this one where they're both punching each other. So I want to do that last. I was going to do this one because it's such like an iconic scene, but I think I'm going to do this one because there's more to it, and I'll probably look a little cooler once it's done. But you're going to need flight stands once again for both these figures for that pose there. So we're going to skip this pose. Then after that pose, we'll do the final pose right here where they're both punching each other. So let's get to it and start pose number 4. So let's get this dude off the stand here, which we will be using again, so he does not have the crossed arms anymore. We'll pose up Frieza first, then we will pose Son Goku. Alright, so Frieza has, well, he has an open palm hand, which I didn't take those out for some reason. And then he has, I'll use a fist for the left hand. Alright, so now we need the open palm blast hand. And it looks like he has, what, an angry, it's either the yelling or the anger. I think it's the angry teeth gritted face. No, he has like a open mouth expression, so I'll give him the yelling, screaming face. Alright, so Frieza's accessories are good. I'm keeping these feet on. Oh yeah, we need this tail, because his tail is partially wrapped around Goku's neck there. This should be an interesting pose to do here. His legs kind of out. Oh no, I don't like moving that leg because it's tight. So he's kind of like this. Right, and then this leg's out. Torso's kind of like that. So he's kind of like this a bit. Something like that. Okay, so we'll get him on the stand. Get him prepped for the pose here. So he's kind of on an angle too. Whoops. Alright. Alright, so Frieza's just about ready. This leg out a little. I'm just gonna kind of add a little more to it. Ah, come on now. There we go. Alright, so now with Goku, I'm going to give him both those like gripping type hands, because he's grabbing onto the tail with one hand and the other hand kind of has like a, oh god, like a gripping look to it. Yeah, where's that other gripping hand? Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. I didn't see it because the camera was blocking my view. So Goku isn't really, I gotta give him the open mouth too, because he's like, hey, what the hell? So Frieza, his pose, you had to do a little more compared to Goku. Goku's pose isn't too crazy looking, so that knee's bent. This one is kind of like this, I guess. And then he's kind of looking at Frieza, and this hand's like, kind of like that, right? And this hand's grabbing the tail. So I gotta get the tail around his neck too. So let's do that. Oops, whoops. Gotta get the tail kind of around his neck. Or have him grabbing onto it at least. Because Frieza's trying to choke him. Whoops. Goku's grabbing his tail. Come on, ball stud. There we go. Alright, there we go. Okay, there we go. Nice. I gotta have Goku grab the tail now. Like, you're not choking me, Frieza. Nice, got it. Come on, get it. Get it, Goku, get it! There we go, I pretty much do something like that. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool, actually. There we go. That is a pretty cool pose. Nice. So you can see the picture on the bottom right, but I'm going to show you again on my phone. So there's pose number 4, which this might be my favorite one out of all of them so far. Let's get a closer look here. So you need stands for both of them. Frieza's posing, you had to do a little bit more. You need the tail that can wrap around a character's neck just like that. That looks so cool, man. But I have the one, the right leg out to the side, slightly bent the knee. I have the ankle downward, pretty much. And then the left leg, I brought it up at the hip, bent the knee almost all the way. Then I have the ankle joint slightly downward. And then the torso, I had to pivot it to the left pretty much. And then both arms are pretty much to the back and out. The right one's fully extended. And then the left one, the elbow joint is bent slightly. And then I tilted his neck joint to the right a little bit. And then I have him looking to the right as well at Goku. Pretty damn cool pose, man. That's pretty dope. I don't want to take them out of this pose now. Now for Goku here, he was a little bit easier to do. The right leg I moved up a little bit, bent the knee. Both ankle joints are pretty much down. The right leg kind of out to the side, bent it a little bit. And the torso I moved forward just slightly. And then the left arm, as you can see, is out. But then I bent the elbow and I have the wrist joint up a little bit. And then the right arm, I just fully bent the elbow. And you have to have him grab onto that tail. It looks like he let go of the tail there. But that is a cool pose, man. I have him kind of looking to the left a little bit at Frieza like, "You're not choking me, you bastard." That's a cool pose, man. I really dig this pose here. And you need flight stands, of course. Dope battle pose right there. So that is pose number 4. Now let's move on to the last pose, which we will need stands again. Actually, I'm not going to put them in a flight pose. I'm going to have them on the ground, punching each other in the face, which is like a classic now. To me, that's now a classic Goku versus Frieza pose there. The punching, punching each other in the face right there. So we're going to do that. No, I'm not going to use Golden Frieza and Powered Down Goku. I'm just going to use it with these two here. So let's get these two down and start doing pose number 5. Alright, so instead of putting them in a flight pose, I'm just going to keep them on the ground. So I'm going to give Frieza his regular tail here. And then give him his regular feet. So they need their fists. So Frieza just needs one more fist. And I guess I'll keep their yelling faces on, because that'll be pretty good for them punching each other. So Frieza's using his left arm. And Goku. So I'm kind of doing like a freestyle-ish pose here, but I'm going off something, so... Oops. I'm going to use his tail to help balance him. So I'm going to have Frieza do something like this, okay? Well, these looks like they're like punching downward, right? Alright, so Frieza seems to be good. Now we gotta get Goku. Just get him the fists and start posing away. Damn. He was just doing exorcist mode right there. Yeah. Let me get the other fist here. And Goku's going to be punching with his right arm or hand. Alright, let's see here. Where do I have the hinge? There we go. Alright. He's punching. Frieza's going to be hitting him. He's going to be hitting Frieza, so I'll do something like this with his leg. And Frieza I have to have punching upward more. There we go. Maybe extend his arm more. Goku's I will bend more. Alright, let me see this here. Crouch Goku down a bit more so he could be more on like Frieza's level. There we go, something like that. Right? That's not too bad, right? Good old punching each other pose there. At least I have... My main goal was having their fists at least connect with their face. So Goku's pose could be a little bit better. Probably would look better in flight poses. I like the way Frieza looks more than Goku there, but that's still a pretty dope pose. So you could either do that with them on the ground or in the air. So Goku, I kind of spread the legs a bit, then I bent the knees slightly and tried to get the ankle joints flat on the ground. Moved his torso to the right, crunched it forward a bit. The left arm, wasn't sure what to do with it, so I just fully bent it, as you can see there. And then the right arm, of course, we have going out, or bent it a little bit and have it connecting with Frieza's jaw right there. Very nice, very nice. And then Goku is getting punched, so I have his head articulated to the left. Now for Frieza, legs spread a little bit, bent the knees. I have both legs flat on the ground. I used his tail, as you can see. Like I used it as a tripod, so help him with standing, because he can have difficulty standing sometimes. So the tail can come in handy with certain poses. I have the right arm kind of down, elbow joint fully bent, with the wrist joint up a little bit. His torso, I have pivoted to the right and back a bit, as you can see there. And then the left arm, of course, connecting with, let me wait for it to come around. Connecting really well with, come on, focus! With Goku's face right there. Very nice. And then Frieza's head, as you can see, to the right a little bit, because Goku is connecting with a punch there. But love the way it looks right here. That's great. It looks like they're both just trying to knock each other the hell out. So that will do it for episode 8 of posing with DD19. And I tried my best to do like battle poses here, and had to start it off with Goku and Frieza. I'll do other ones, maybe I'll do like a Superman vs. Hulk or something like that. I'll think of other ones as well down the line. Like maybe I'll do one with like Vegeta and maybe Cell or something, or Vegeta and Piccolo or Jiren or something like that. And we'll think of other characters as well, like Batman and somebody, and Joker or something like that. So I'll continue doing not just solo figures by themselves, but I'll do battles as well with posing with DD19. Anyway, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any 2 characters that I have in my collection that you would like to see fight, maybe Godzilla and Kong, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click in that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later on the next episode of Posing with DD19.